What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Monday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Connie. I apologize for yesterday not being able to do the full breakdown videos. Having some issues with my computer, and nothing was connecting and working, and then our internet was going in and out. So I did post on the YouTube short, and it was a 1-1 day. Every single day this week was a break-even day, whether it was 1-1-1, 2-2, 1-1. We had the Blue Jays on the run line yesterday. They've lost 2 of 3 games to Cleveland, and I do not know what's going on with this team. It is incredibly frustrating. It was supposed to be a year where we would see some playoff baseball in Toronto. It doesn't appear that that's going to happen now, and that is really defeating. But we did have the Edmonton Elks on the money line. They won that, so that after 22 straight home losses, they won that football game. So a 1-1 day is a completely, I think, down 0.1 units on the week. A completely flat, even week, which is what it is. I'm not going to complain about that. Fun weekend of sports if you are a wrestling fan. I talked about this last week, but All In was yesterday at Wembley Stadium. Incredible event if you're a wrestling fan that's not a WWE fan. Very fun show there, and also a good time to change my intro music from MJF to my new intro theme there. Before we get into today's bets, just want to quickly mention the Discord. It's linked in the description below. Join the Discord channel. It's where I post everything first, and want to sort of start creating the discussion. So I've added a channel about gaming and retro gaming and pro wrestling. So all these various different things that I'm interested in. Trying to start, engaging some discussion that's not just me posting bets in there. So hop in there, post whatever you like. Post about new games you like, or wrestling events that you like, or bets that you're making. Any sort of those things there. Okay, let's get to the bets. That's what we're all here for. Big game tonight in the WNBA. Only game, Barclays Center, 7 p.m. tip-off. Las Vegas Aces at the New York Liberty. I was like, Barclays? That's Brooklyn. Las Vegas at New York. They're playing once again. 2 best teams in WNBA. You've got Vegas at 30-5. You've got New York at 27-7. Vegas is 19-16 against the spread. New York is 16-18 against the spread. Vegas is 20-15 to the over. New York is 19-15 to the over. What are we doing? We're taking the under. Under 173.5. This is minus 110. All these bets today are at BetMGM. So it's interesting to look at these sort of trends. When you look at their recent matchups, before this season, they went over 8 straight games. Then you look at this season, their most 3 recent games, 176.5, that went under by 16.5. 178, that went under by 33. 175.5, that went under by 12.5. Now today you're getting it all the way down at, 173.5. So the number is steadily coming down, which is fine. These numbers have flown under. These teams play hard against each other. These teams have a budding rivalry. They're the 2 best teams, and they're also sort of these 2 super teams in the WNBA. So players have left to go to these 2 teams, and it's showing that, they want to beat each other. The under is 5-1 in the Aces' last 6 games playing on 1 day's rest. The under is also 4-1 in their last 5 Monday games. You look at New York, under 7-1 in their last 8 versus the Western Conference. And against each other, the under is 7-3-1 the last 11 times these 2 teams have played in New York. As I mentioned, 3 straight times they've gone under. The Aces will be without Candace Parker, so there's a little bit of offense that's going to be missing from there. And the New York defense is ranked number 2. The Vegas defense ranked number 1. So the 2 best teams defensively, arguably the 2 best teams offensively as well. But the way these 2 teams are playing, I don't think you're going to see a lot of scoring. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be drag them out. Give me the Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty under 173 for minus 110 at BetMGM. All these plays today are actually at BetMGM, believe it or not. Now we're going to move to Houston and Boston. This is at Fenway Park. You've got the Houston Astros visiting the Boston Red Sox. And when I saw this stat, I was a little bit blown away. So the number is 9.5. I'm taking over 9.5. On the season, Houston is 69-61 to the over. Boston is 69-60 to the over. So combine 140 to 120. Combine 20 games more towards the over than the under. Head to head, Boston's won 6 of the last 4 games. So they played a 3-game series. Then there was a middle series, and now they're playing again. Boston won 17-1, 7-5, and Houston won 7-3. Previous to that, going back to last year, you had finals of 7, 3, 5, 6, 17, and 9. But when you look at Houston, in their last 10 baseball games, they're 8-2 to the over. So they've just gone over twice against Detroit. Before that, they went under. They went over all 4 games against Boston. And before that, they went over 2 out of 3 against Seattle. So 8-2. Boston, 10-0 to the over in their last 10 baseball games. That's the Dodgers, the Astros, and the Yankees. All of these numbers went over. I'm going to just keep riding the trend here. Yes, you've got Chris Sale, who's 4-1 over his last 5 starts, but he's only averaging 4 1/3 because he's just coming back from injury. 2 of those starts are from May and June, so does that really matter? And then on the flip side, you've got Christian Javier. He's been okay. He's only averaging 3 innings, though. He's given up 3, 4, 2, 3, and 3 over his last 5 starts. And then the Astros rock left-handed pitching. They're averaging 5.6 runs per game against lefty pitching with an average of 276 and an on-base percentage of 350. And Boston against righties, no slouch either, averaging 5 runs, a 264 batting average, and on-base percentage of 330. So I like the matchup there. The way the trends are going, if it wants to stop today, that's fine. But let's keep it going. Houston Astros, Boston Red Sox, over 9.5, minus 115 at BetMGM. And your last bet of the day, we are going to Comerica Park. We've got the Yankees and the Tigers. I like the Detroit Tigers here. You're getting them straight up on the money line for minus 110. So Yankees are 62 and 68. Tigers are 59 and 71. Around the same record there. Yankees have won 6 of the last 10 baseball games that these two teams have played, but you're looking all the way back to 2021 for that. The Yankees, their last 10 though, 2 and 8. So they just played the Tampa Bay Rays where they won the first game of that series, lost the last 2. Before that, they'd lost 6 of 7 baseball games. They are brutal. And you have the Tigers are not so bad. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They just lost 2 of 3 to the Houston Astros, but Houston's a good team. Previous to that, they lost 2 of 3 to Chicago, but they won 3 of 4 against Cleveland. So, you got Luis Severino going for the Yankees today. He's been terrible. His last time out was good, actually. He went 6 2/3 against Washington, shut them out. Before that, 4 innings, 3 earned. 4 innings, 5 earned. 3 innings, 9 earned. 5 innings, 3 earned. So he'd been terrible before his last start there. And you've got Reese Olson for the Tigers, who, has not been great either. 4 2/3 gave up 6 to the Cubs. 2 2/3 gave up 4. He went 6 against the Twins, shut them out. So it's kind of like a who-knows game. I just think you've got home field advantage there for Detroit Tigers. They're playing a little bit better overall than the Yankees are, who again 2 and 8 in their last 10 baseball games. And the Yankees, with a team like that, with has expectations, when they start going in the tank, it's kind of forget about it season. The Yankees are toast. So give me the Detroit Tigers minus 110 at BetMGM. So those are your 3 plays for Monday. Give me the Liberty and the Aces under 173.5 minus 110 at BetMGM. Give me the Astros and the Red Sox over 9.5 for minus 115. And give me the Detroit Tigers on the money line minus 110. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. Follow me across all my social channels linked in the description. Your audio is on Apple and on Spotify. Let's start this week off well, and let's talk sports.